Hello everybody, hope you're doing marvelously well. So this is a fun one. We're going to review a plugin that I feel like I willed into existence. Now, all joking aside, have you ever wanted a plugin that was designed to be as straightforward and as effective as possible? There's a couple plugins that I'm sure you know I absolutely love. And one of the reasons why I love them is they're simple and they sound amazing. So stick around for a chance to win one of 3 copies of this lovely plugin. This plugin is made by Baby Audio and it's called Huart New York, or Huart NY. It's $29. You know how there's a couple of just like frickin' awesome plugins out there that are totally affordable? This is one of them. So why don't we start with this? Let's start with the snare top. Here we have a song by Robert John and the Wreck, and the song is called Gypsy. This is a completely live recorded song, recorded at the incredible, amazing Sunset Sound. There are no samples harmed in the recording or the mixing of this song. This drum sound is completely and utterly drum sample-less. So let's quick listen. And a lot of the verb actually is the plate from Sunset Sound. This is Studio 3, it's the Prince room, as it's often called, and a wonderful room. So that's all the natural sounds. Let's have a listen to that snare in isolation. There's 3 elements. There was a 57 top and bottom, and then there was a miking of the shell that I did. Now, many of you will use parallel compression. So you'll take maybe that drum sub there, which is understandable, and maybe parallel compress it. Well, what the good folks at Baby Audio have done is allow us to build all of that into one plugin. So I'm going to take that sound, which sounds good, and I am going to open up the plugin. I love how it looks. It looks so simple. I love how it looks like a guitar pedal, which is awesome. 2 controls on it, spank and output, which is perfect. I love using the term spank because I use it all the time for drums. And an output control, obviously, a way to solo, but look, parallel. So you can parallel compress. Let's have a listen. Okay, I see. Okay, so cool. So let me solo a second. So I can hear just what it's adding. Oh, nice idea. Bring the output down so it's not clipping. Absolutely love it. The spankage it is providing. Oh, listen to what it's doing there. Off. Might be a little bit too much, but wow, that's really adding aggression to the snare. So I'm going to do it in context of the full mix of the drums. So you're going to hear what it does to the snare. Tell me that's not good. 29 well-spent dollars. Really fantastic. Now I'm going to bring the output down so it's not all about the volume. I know how we get that sometimes louder sounds better. I agree. So I'm going to bring the volume down a little bit. Pretty much the same volume, but listen to how much spank it is adding. Spank! You heard me say spank all the time. That's really good. That's really, really good. I'm leaving it on the snare. That is fantastic. Okay, cool. Why don't we just try on the kick just for the heck of it? All right. We've only got two kick elements. All we have is D112 inside the kick and the FET 47. Like I said, this is just using live recorded in a room, full band recording at the same time drums. Okay, so I'm gonna put it on the end of my kick sub. This is an already mixed song, and I'm improving it. Okay, I'm gonna think very similarly. I'm not even gonna work in solo. I've got the drums in solo, but I'm not gonna put the kick in solo. I'm just gonna figure this out. Let's have fun. Love it. All right, just because I want to hear what it sounds like, because I'm curious. What I like about that, adding an extra spank, I mean, that's, like I say, no samples. It sort of adds in some of the element of why I use a sample. It's kind of getting a consistent spankiness to it, I keep saying spank, and of course I usually do, but there's actually a control on this thing called spank, which is pretty funny because I would be using that word anyway. So God bless them, Baby Audio. I'm loving it already. Okay, I just want to try this on a couple more things, just because we can. We could put it on the reverb plate, for instance. Here's the snare plate. This is printed, this is the printed live snare. So when I was in Sunset Studio 3, I took the live snare and sent it to their plate and then printed that. So I could go home with the live snare printed through the plate. Ooh. Wow, that's super aggressive. I like how it's adding a lot of initial attack, hence the sort of spanky, that whack, whack, whack. Sometimes I call that a thwack. It's adding that, but it's also kind of grabbing afterwards. Similar volume, but it's adding some extra spank to the front. Okay, volume matched, drop it in. All right, I don't know why, but I'm gonna try it on bass because I just can. Again, live perform bass. You can hear all the drums bleeding in the background. It's almost like a rubber band. Pang, pang, I mean, obviously, I'm going to get really seriously carried away. I'm going to put this plug in about 50 different instances and make everything explode and exciting. That's not the best way to mix. However, you can see what it's doing. It's adding excitement. It's super dumb. For a guy like me, I can hear what... This is good because sometimes in order to get a bass really, really super even, we end up applying a lot of compression, you know, and sometimes some limiting, and we get this bass like so it's boom, boom, big fat, even notes, no low notes are jumping out, no high notes are disappearing. That is fantastic. But what ends up getting lost, the initial attack. So that's bringing the attack back. That's a lot. Maybe a little bit too much, but hey, why not? All right, you get it. It's fantastic, and it's a whopping only $29. And what's the best thing about this is you can win one of 3 copies of this. I know it's only $29, but not everybody has $29. So if you'd like to win it, please enter to win one of 3 copies here. Thank you, Baby Audio, for the Huart New York. It's a fantastic plugin. My guess is they're calling it that through the recognized New York parallel compression trick a lot of guys like Shelley and Jack and all the rest of them talk about. So thank you ever so much for watching. I hope that was a lot of fun. If you don't buy it, at least try out the free trial so you'll want to buy it. Great plugin, wonderful price. I love the design, the fact that it looks like a guitar pedal, and I like the fact that it has 3 controls, I suppose 4 if you want to include the solo. Simple, easy to use. I didn't have to read the instructions. It just sounded good, and it's wonderful. Have a marvelous time recording and mixing. Speak to you all again very, very soon.